Good afternoon. Welcome to the Inspiring Inking Facebook page and YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday, the 3rd of May, and it's time for Craft and Chat. Well, it's an hour late for Craft and Chat. I'll explain why we're running an hour late today in a minute. But if you're here, can you let me know if you can see and hear me clearly? If you're watching on the replay, thank you so much for stopping by. Do leave me some comments. I respond to them all, and I'm very grateful that you take the time to hang out with me here, whether live or on the replay. The first 20 minutes or so will be a little bit of chatting, and then we will have some crafting. I'm going to be using new products. It's catalogue launch day. It's a crazy day for many different reasons. And I haven't even inked the stamp set that I'm going to be using today. So who knows what we're going to create? Because, yeah, it's going to be as much of a mystery for me as it is for you. So I've got a cup of tea because I needed a bit of calming down. So first up, tell me, how was your bank holiday weekend? So if you're in the UK, we had a 3-day weekend this weekend. It was the May Day bank holiday. So let me know what you were up to, and if you were out and about or staying at home, let me know what you've been doing. And for my international friends, let me know what you did at the weekend. I'd love to know. Has anyone done any crafting or creating recently? What have you been making? So let's have a quick look. So Stella is here. Texas is in the house. Elizabeth saying we're all good. Thank you. Hi, Jen. Good to see you too. Anne saying we're all good. Alberta, Canada is in the house. Good morning, Deborah. And another Deborah. 2 Deborahs. Heather's here in Dull, Ellesmere Port. Scylla's here and Karen's here. Michelle's here. Donna, Margaret, Judith, Chris, and Angela. Scylla's worried because I'm not wearing blue. So if you don't know, how could you not know that blue is my absolute favorite color? In actual fact, if I didn't have to wear any other color or craft in any other color, I probably would choose not to. But second to my love of blue is my love of green. And this is green. Yeah. So, yes, occasionally I wear other colors. Not often. But I am feeling fine, Scylla. Just all a bit giddy today. And Sia, oh wow, a classic car rally on Sunday and a craft fair on Monday. So were you exhibiting, Anne, at the craft fair, or were you participating? I got a random hair on the end of my tongue. That's really weird. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, let me have a slurp of my tea. Mum's here. Hello, Mum. It's my mum's birthday at the weekend. Claire is here. Hello, hello. Rosie's saying she's been crocheting and making cards and gathering paperwork for the accountant. Darn, that's not a great job, is it? Ooh, Elizabeth's deciding on projects to enter in the local village show in August. So what kind of categories, Elizabeth? Hello, Lorraine. I just emailed you, Lorraine, before a few minutes ago. Margaret, ooh, she's heading to the Lake District. 2 weeks. Awesome. I hope you have lovely weather. Do you go walking in the lakes, Margaret? I haven't been to the lakes for quite some time. I was up there when I was at college, actually. Our college took over a hotel for a month. It was a very interesting experience, perhaps one I'll share with you at some point. But yeah, I have been up there since, but that was quite a long time ago. So Dino's saying green is next to blue on the colour wheel. Exactly. And actually, green is made up of blue and yellow. Not a fan of yellow. Lorraine's just back from Germany. Anne wasn't exhibiting at the car show or at the craft show, but just enjoying the fun, all the old cars on the prom, and then sampling craft beer. That's very tasty work. Yeah, so Margaret says we walk a lot if it's not raining. Yeah, but that's the joy of the Lake District. The reason it's so green is because it rains. Ooh. So the categories that Elizabeth can enter for her village show are a handmade card, cross stitch, knitted baby item, chocolate cake, truffles, and a loaf of bread. Yeah, that'd be really cool. You could, do share with us what you make. We'd love to see. Hi, Trish. I was just thinking about you a minute ago. I'm going to be sending out a few emails this week. And Heather's saying she's lucky to catch us live. Brilliant. Okay, so let's see. So what did we get up to at the weekend? Well, Brian and I both worked on Saturday. We had a lot of stuff to get caught up with. So we did that. So we moved our weekend to Sunday and Monday. So we did a bit of DIY, not too much, because obviously Brian's still having issues with his shoulder. So yeah, I was doing sanding and filling and various other things. So that was kind of mainly what we did on Sunday. And then yesterday we went to the beach. So Leon Solent actually is one of our closest beaches. And although it was really cold yesterday morning, the sun came out after lunch and it was really glorious. And actually, if you were sat down on the beach and you were kind of tucked away against the wall down there, actually it was really quite warm. So that was really nice. We just had a nice, lazy, relaxing kind of a day. So Janet's arrived. She's been to the optician appointment. Very dry here, but the husband said we need rain. Yeah, so our garden is so dry. None of the vegetables are growing because it's so dry. I mean, we had a bit of rain on Sunday, but not very much. Winon's here. It's cool and rainy in Utah. That's an unusual state of affairs for Utah, really. Normally you're either warm or hot or snowy. So is that sort of it's what I think of unusual weather for Utah. And Kathy Jean is here. Alberta, Canada is in the house. So the reason why I am an hour late today, hopefully you saw the messages, is because the water engineers rang me up mid-morning to say could they come today. So my brain is not necessarily remembering everything, but I'm sure I told you last week that we had a big water bill. And basically there was a leak. So one guy came out last week to check and said, yes, we definitely got a leak. But he didn't know where it was. So somebody else had to come out to find out where the leak was. And we've been waiting for the engineers to call us to let us know when they could come out. And they have all sorts of ways of detecting leaks, but the least invasive is to run gas through the water pipe and then detect the gas. So, so where we live, our water main is at the front of the drive, and it runs up the drive across all of the garden, so right across, diagonally across the middle of the garden, so across all of the grass and the paths and more grass, and then it goes under the extension that we had built 10 years ago. So obviously, and since the floor there is concrete, obviously we were hoping and praying that that wasn't where the leak was. So anyway, so I've been dashing around with them this morning, trying to sort out what was happening. Well, over lunchtime and into early afternoon, actually. They think they found the leak, which is wonderfully under our block paving driveway. So it's going to be a lot of upheaval, which whatever happens. So potentially we've got to have 10 feet, 10 meters, maybe 20 feet. I don't know. Quite a long section of pipe replaced. But Brian's going to talk to the engineers, and we may just reroute the pipe completely and run it round the house the other way. So that, because the thing is, our house was built in the 70s, and we obviously, this is the main water pipe coming into the house. So the reality is, if we've got one leak, there may well be another leak. You know, these things happen. Why does it always happen like in the kitchen? You know, your washing machine breaks, and then the fridge breaks, and then the cooker breaks. You know, we're kind of expecting that if we got one leak, then maybe there'll be more leaks. So basically, we're going to talk to them about doing that. And if they do that, if they reroute it, then they'll use, it's called a mole. It's very cool, but it's this kind of digging piece of equipment that goes under the ground and digs through to make a new hole, new way for the pipe. But that's going to mean digging up, well, yeah, several holes in the garden. Big, I don't know, 3 foot, 4 foot holes as well for the mole to get in and under. And anyway, so it's entertaining. It was something that we weren't planning on doing, but we think it's probably got to be done. So needless to say, I've been dashing around like a crazy person today. And of course, we've had catalogue launch. And thank you so much if you've placed your order already. I love it at this time of year because I get to see the things that you are loving, because they're the first things that you order. So that's always really interesting to see what everyone's getting. So thank you if you've placed orders. I will be emailing you later on to say thank you. And I've had quite a few emails about joining my team, and I'm honestly, I am so excited. So I just want to take a couple of minutes to talk about that, because I know there are several of you that are considering it, and that is really, really exciting to me. And I just wanted to clarify a few things and explain a few things. And if you've got a question, then let me know. You can either put it in the comments or send me an email. I usually say, when I email back, I usually say, do you want to chat on the phone? Just because it's easier. It's easier than doing all the typing. Depends how fast you are at typing, has to be said. But quite often when you're having a chat, like we're chatting now, you kind of go off at a tangent, and then questions that you didn't know you had get answered. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. So, joining my team. Okay, so number one is any time of year is a great time of year to join my team. So whether or not we've got a Stampin' Up special offer on or not, any time is really good, because you get all of the benefits of the community and the discount and getting to see products first. And you get to hang out with me way more because you can hang out with me as a customer and as a team member. So we can, we can create together more. But also you get to hang out with the awesome team that I have. And believe you me, they are amazing. So we have another Facebook group where we hang out and we have creative inspiration and challenges and all sorts of things. And I also do team events. So I have a team craft along. For those of you that know about my craft along, my Inspiring Inking craft along, I have a team version every month as well, which is completely different projects and completely different products to the customer craft along. My team members get the PDF version of the craft along as well. So they get a list of things that I'm using and join in with the lives as well. And they get that for free too. So it's always a great deal. It costs £99 and you can pick £130 worth of products. And that can be any products that are current in the catalogue. So right now you've got this new annual catalogue, and then there's also the mini. So you can pick anything from either of them. And you also get things like catalogues, so you can share them with friends and family if you want to. So that all comes, and there's no postage to pay on it either. So, you're automatically getting free postage and £31 worth of products extra before you start. So like I say, it's a great deal anytime. But right now, with the new catalogue, you've got the new in colours. And we kind of all love those new in colours. The fact that there are almost 3 blues might have something to, do with my love of these new colours. But I know so many of you will want them. And let me just zoom that in. So what you actually get in addition is grid paper, which has got this beautiful little pattern on it. A4 cardstock in the new colours, patterned paper in the new colours, and 5 ink pads. So all of the new colour ink pads. And that's worth over £62. So you're actually getting, my math's going to do this, £93 extra over and above your £99. My mind is blown. If I wasn't already a demonstrator, I'd probably join. So the thing that I get asked most often is, well, I don't want to be a demonstrator. I don't want to do classes or events. I don't want to try and sell to people and so on. Am I allowed? Am I allowed to be a demonstrator? And the answer is absolutely yes. The title demonstrator is just that. It's a title. It's not a requirement. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do events or classes or any of those things. If you want to stay as a demonstrator, you need to meet sales requirements. And the first one of those is at the end of September. So you've got like 5 months in order to meet that target. So if you want to stay, then that's what you need to do. You need to keep buying or maybe sell to a few friends if that's what you want to do. And And that's how you stay as a demonstrator. And so then once people say, okay, so that's okay, but what happens if I, don't want to do it anymore? Well, that's fine too. You can just stop as a demonstrator. Either you'll naturally finish because you haven't met the sales requirements, or you can choose, you can resign if you want to, or you can choose to leave. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to pay anything back or give your kit back or anything like that. And I will just pop you back in with your permission, obviously. I'll just pop you back into my customer group. So, all that's going to happen is I'll just move you from one to the other. And then the question is, well, then that means that I'm not buying products through you. And is that going to be a problem? And the answer is no again. No, and no. You guys know me well enough now, I hope, that I want you to be happy, because if you're happy, you stay and you hang out. And my business is built on my community and the people, you, who hang out with me. And you can hang out with me as a customer or as a team member, or you can flit in between the two of them. It's absolutely up to you. But this is a great deal. And I really think that it's something that can bring so many benefits to you that, you won't know until you try it. And that's kind of the important thing, really. I don't know, see it like a test drive. Come and hang out with us. Come and see if you like what we're doing. And if you do, then you'll stay as a team member. If you prefer to stay as a customer, you can do that too. But it's a great deal. And basically for me, my logic is, if you were going to buy some or all of the in colours, I'd join. If your wish list is more than £100, join. If you just want to come and hang out and see the new products sooner, who doesn't want a sneak peek? Then, join as well. Don't forget, we've got a Christmas catalogue coming imminently. When I was writing the letter that went out with my catalogues, I was howling with laughter because I'm going, Christmas catalogues coming soon. It's like, it's May. Just stop with the excitement of Christmas. But I can't. I love Christmas. So there you go. So, like I said, I hope that answers some of the questions that you might have. But email me. I can ring you, or just email me a great big long list of questions. I'll send you the links. Everything is done online. It takes a few minutes, so long as you've got your list of products that you want, and they will just appear at your door. And it's like Christmas in a box, only you've got to pick everything that you want. Right. Okay. So I think, is that everything that I had to talk to you about? Starter kit, catalogues live. I did email out this morning. Yeah, I did email out this morning that there are a few punches that are missing. And a few stamp sets. Basically, the global shipping thing is kind of beginning to affect us a little bit. So, things will be coming in and out of stock. So just as always, order what you'd like, and just get it on its way to you, because then you've got it. But if you're waiting on things, if you let me know that you're waiting for something, then I can keep an eye on it, because I'm I'm in and out of the demonstrator website many times a day. So if I know that you're waiting, for instance, for the fish punch, then when I see that it's come back into stock, then, or it's come into stock, then I can let you know. So, you know, if you've got a list of things that aren't available right now, just let me know and I will do that for you. Okay, so let's have a look. Lots of comments. Oh, Winan's saying the snow in the mountains, but they're really dry where she is in Utah. Yeah, Donna's saying it's best to do a whole section as there are bound to be more leaks. Yeah, well, that's our logic, Donna, because the worry is with this pipe, if we just replace a section, that's going to be really strong, which is going to mean there's going to be more pressure of water, which is likely to, you know, cause leaks in the other bit. And it's the bit under the extension that's concerning me greatly. It is greatly concerning me. Hi, Sue. She's here for a little bit. Good afternoon, Jan. And Jenny's here as well. Fantastic. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is turn the camera around. I've got some paper to show you. And then I've got the stamp set and things to show you. And like I said, normally I have designs already planned out. Today I do not. So we're going to have a bit of a voyage of discovery with the stamps. And we'll just kind of see where we get to. So there you go. Let's have a look. Anne's here. Hello, Anne. How you doing? How's life up north? Are you doing okay? Oh, Jan missed the beginning. You can watch it on the replay, but basically, Jan, I'm late because the water pipe men have been, and we've got leaks under our block paving driveway. So yeah, it's all been a bit crackers today. Hello, Tanya. Tanya's in Suffolk. Hello, hello. Okay, so let's sort this out. Move that. Let me get this paper out first. Okay, right. I think I've switched the other microphone off. So I think we've got, we shouldn't have that really weird echo that we get sometimes. Okay, so I wanted to show you this product suite. I am going to do a craft and chat on this and probably a craft along. So if you think you might want to do a craft along with these papers, let me know. Because I really like them. And, you know, as a nation, we Brits are tea drinkers generally. And to be honest, most of the time I drink coffee or peppermint tea. But most people do like a nice cup of tea. So this is the Tea Boutique product suite. There's these fabulous teacup stamps. And there's even like a little tag here that's like, you know, the posh tea bag tags, and another one there. And then there's these dies as well that go with, and some really cool cards. And then the papers. And I just thought I would show you the papers because you can never really see them very well in the catalogue. So these are 6x6 and you get 48 sheets. So you get 4 sheets of each design. So let's just pop that there. And then that's the reverse. So this one is the reverse of these teapots. Look at these beautiful lemons. And a really soft, I think that's fresh freesia. And you can actually see it's like a watercolor wash on these papers. I love this one. It's got really subtle polka dots. And then really lovely leaves and foliage. Got like a gingham paper. And on the reverse of that are the teacups. A nice stripe. And then some purple flowers. Some more stripes and some more flowers and foliage. Ooh. Some more flowers and a really soft pink and white pattern there. That's very kind of grungy in tone. And the reverse of that are these teapots. We've got like a cross hatching there. Love these little tiny envelopes. Hi, Janice. How are you? Did your catalogue arrive safe and sound? This is probably my favourite sheet. Spots and Tahitian Tide. And more teapots and coffee pots. They're kind of teapots, but they're taller. So I'll pretend they're coffee pots for now. And then some more gingham and some lovely flowers. So this is such a really nice set of papers. And a lot of the colours in the papers are the new in colours. So remember to always keep this sheet, which is the backing sheet from your patterned papers, because it has the list of all the colours. So it's crumb cake, crushed curry, fresh freesia, garden green, orchid oasis, a new colour, parakeet party, new colour, petal pink, starry sky, new colour, sweet sorbet, new colour, Tahitian Tide, new colour. So all 5 of the new in colours are in this paper. So let me know in the comments if you think this would be nice for a craft along. Okay. Tanya's here from Suffolk. Hello, hello. And saying it's chilly. Chilly where she is up north. And Janice is all good after a holiday in the Lake District. Margaret's heading up there soon. That's amazing. Okay, so today I thought I would show you this new stamp set punch. Awesome. These are called effervescent elements, otherwise known as bubbles. Honestly, I can't tell you how amazing this pot of bubbles is. So I think the camera is actually picking it up, but they've got multiple colors on them. It's just incredible. And they're all different sizes, and they are designed to go inside these as little shaker elements. So I'm really excited. But if you've got, so we've had jam jars and various other things. Just think how cool these would be for a C-type shaker card. Honestly, I've been sat with them on my desk. I've been fiddling with them for ages. So the stamps are photopolymer, and you'll see better in a minute, but they're 2-step stamping. So they're designed to layer one on top of the other. But as I said, I have not even taken the top layer off. I've not stamped with them at all. So I have no idea what we're doing, how it's going to turn out, or anything. But there you go. We're on a voyage of discovery together. So first up, I'm going to get the flowers out. So they're designed to put the flowers into the bottles, but obviously you can do so much more with the bottles. You've got like the twiggy elements here, but you know, you could use the bottles as like wine bottles as well. There is like a cork image as well. Let's see what else I've got. So, okay, because they're photopolymer, just make sure that you're not changing the shape when you take them off the block. I always just kind of let them lie on the table and just kind of go to their natural shape and then pick them up, as opposed to distorting them in any way. So we're going to play with the fresh freesia for a minute. Ew, where did that paper stack go? I may have to run downstairs and get some more paper in a minute. Right. Oh. I was going to say, I thought I'd have to go downstairs to get my mat as well. Photopolymer set, you need your Stampin' Pierce mat. Okay. So non-negotiable, because there's no give in these stamps. There's no bounce, not like a rubber stamp that you've got foam on it. So you will find that you'll get a much better image if you are using it here. So I've not stamped anything, as you saw. These are brand new stamps. So what I always do with a set of brand new stamps is I ink them up and I stamp them, and then I clean them. Oh, this is going to be so cool. And then I clean them, and then I do some other stamping with them. But I just want to kind of just get started with them. Now this is a solid stamp. So this bottle is a solid stamp. So I'm just thinking it a few times just to make sure any residue from the manufacturing process has come off. So let's just clean that and that and that and that. Let's flip this piece of cardstock over. Got rich raspberry ink as well. So I'm just going to stamp the outline. So there's an outline of a bottle. And then there's this sort of inner, but equally the inner. Oh, don't put it on the rich raspberry. That's just like the inner will kind of, yeah, fill it in, look. So that's really cool. But equally, it will stand as a bottle in its own right. So you can see, you can do it as the bottle in its own right, or you can add that. So let me just see if I can I'm going to move it. I'll try not to get my head in the way. And if you're going to line things up, always look directly over the top. And if I show you, my glasses are on top of my head. They're not on my face. Because I have varifocals. I know many of you do, but I have varifocals. And my glasses are designed so that when I'm stood up, what's in focus for the reading portion is arm's length away. Because when I'm crafting, almost always I'm stood up. So when I'm crafting, when I'm designing projects and making cards and whatever else, I almost always stand up to craft. So when I had my glasses set, you can set the distance for the working distance, I guess. So that is why I take them off. So I put them on the top of my head so I can see that. And the other thing is as well, I don't know, I'm sure some of you wear glasses. So I've been short-sighted since I was in my early 20s. Too much computer work, I think, as a teenager. And yeah, I was very short-sighted. And as I'm getting older, my prescription is changing, and obviously I'm needing more reading glasses. But actually what's happening is the long-sightedness and the short-sightedness are kind of merging into one another. And I take my glasses off to read now. So it is a bit weird. Anyway, you can see the one on the right is a little bit more in line than the one on the left. Okay, so let's do the flowers. So that's the flowers. There's several different sorts of flowers. And then this one, oh, let me ink it up and you'll be able to see. This one has got the leaves and the flower centers. So if you were going to do this in one color, you would probably need to do it in green, actually. But then your flower middles would be green. And I'm not sure about that. So I've brought my markers to kind of show you. But what you need to do is you need to line it up by looking over the top. And popping it down. I hope you've all got your fingers crossed. Da, da, da. Oh my. Oh my. That is so gorgeous. Okay. Isn't that amazing? Sorry, I'm very excited. Okay, so let's see. Let's just make a card. Well, a card front, certainly. Let's try that again. That was no good. Nope. Can't get a single sheet cardstock out. Right, let's try that again. And just go with the two-tone colours. So this is actually designed so that it just is like a flower bouquet in the bottle. So let's pop that down. Wow. Isn't that fab? Right, so let's just see what I've got in my stash upstairs. No thread. That's really strange. Okay, that's fine, because I'm just going to trim this down. So yeah. So let's see. What size is this? This is 3 1/4 by 5. So we want it to be 3 by 5 if we can. Let's have a look. Can we get it down to 3? Yes, we can. Fab. Right. So, ooh. I can't measure. There we go. So what I want you to imagine, because you're going to have to go with me until I can go and get some twine. Look at that. Look how cool that is. I'm so excited. So this is fresh freesia and what color? Fresh freesia and rich raspberry. I'm going to put a little bit of twine on here with maybe a little happy birthday here on the side. So that's how that's going to be finished. I can't finish it because the stuff's downstairs. So obviously when this goes, when I do the thumbnail and stuff in Facebook and YouTube, you'll be able to see it. But always pop over to my blog. Let me just put the link up here. Pop over to my blog, because there you will always see all the finished cards. So sometimes, like today, where I haven't got all the things, I will finish them off and put them there. So check them out there. So next, I brought maybe that one and that one, so I'll put those away. But these are the new in colours. 2 blues, a purple that's nearly a blue, a pink and a green. So in order to get the colours of these to be leaves and middles, I did think that what we could do is use some markers. And I think I'm going to use these two and see how it goes. So this is a technique that we've done quite often, where we colour the stamp with the markers. So what I was going to start out with is just firstly doing the bottle. So I'm actually going to do exactly the same. I do have ink pads for these, but I know that sometimes, you know, you can't stretch to all of the ink pads at once. So getting the markers is a really good way of trying them out. Unless, of course, you join my team, and then you're going to get them all anyway. So, magic cuff, and then stamp your image. And then let's use Starry Sky. Ooh, yeah, it is Starry Sky. This is going to be a bit of a loud card compared to the other one. The other one was quite tonal. This is going to be quite vibrant. Okay, so I'm going to ink up this one with the Fresh Freesia. But can you see, let me show you on this stamped image, can you see these bits here that look a bit like wisteria or lilacs? I'm going to colour those with the Orchid Oasis. So I'm inking up in a pale colour, and then I'm going to go over the top with the Orchid Oasis. Now use the fat end of the marker, and because you're going over with a darker colour, in theory, it will just kind of go over the top, and it'll kind of blend the two colours together. So just squiggle afterwards, just to make sure, in case you've got any extra ink on there. Magic Huff. If you don't know what the Magic Huff is, you breathe an out breath all over the stamp, which re-moistens the ink. And then you stamp it down. So that is then going to give us different colours of flowers. And then on this one, we are going to colour in the leaves with, this is Parakeet Party. So any of the leaves and branches, I'm colouring in green. And then I'm going to use the Sweet Sorbet, which is the pink, to colour in the flower centres. Oh, those are leaves as well. Right, Magic Cuff. Now, obviously, I'm using acrylic blocks for this, but if you set this up with your Stamparatus, you won't have to worry about lining it up every time, because when you lined it up, it would automatically work. There you go. So look. So there we've actually got 4 colours here. So we've got the blues, the greens, the pinks, and the purples. Now that card, again, I can finish it off in the same way, but I don't know. I was convinced I had the new colour cardstock upstairs. And it looks... Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Oh, and look, I've got ribbon. Oh, how exciting. Okay. You need to see that. We need some of this. Let's go. Let's see. Okay. Very exciting. So look at this ribbon. This is the in color ribbon. And it's amazing. So it's a metallic ribbon and it opens up like this. How cool is that? So you can put lots of little strands on things. So let's see. Let me just make a little bow. Because I just think that will kind of finish off. A bit smaller bow. It's a bit out of proportion. There we go. And glue dots are my glue of choice with ribbon. And then let's see which way around. Ooh, got glue dot in the wrong place. Now, hang on. Just lift that off. There we go. I think we will finish that off like so. Oh no, maybe we'll do it the other way because then I can layer that. Yeah. Okay, so I can very quickly just do that. And then I'll be able just to do one more very quick to show you the shaker elements, which, as I've already said, I adore. So was this set on anyone's list already? Let me know in the comments. Shauna says it is now. Take care, Margaret. You can catch it all up on the replay. She's got to head off. Good morning, crafty gal. Thank you. Stella's saying it wasn't on her list until she saw me playing with it. So there you go. I will finish the cards off, I promise. But I'm aware that time's running away with us. And I need to show you how to do the shaker. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make another one like this. That's just two-tone. And I'm actually thinking, oh, that's not going to work. So I was just going to, look, that will work, won't it? Ooh, that sweet sorbet will work on there. That's very exciting. But I might put linen thread on that one, actually, for a change. Okay, I'm distracted. So the first thing that we're going to do is get the punch. So I am oh, look, you can see my face reflected. Oh, that's just, oh, that's just a bit weird, isn't it? It looks like I'm coming out of the punch. So I'm just, oh dear. So let me just talk to you about punches. So Stampin' Up Punches are designed to punch through our cardstock. So a lot of punches are paper punches, but these are designed to go through our cardstock. I can't guarantee them on anyone else's cardstock, but they do go through ours. They've got a release. Excuse me. They've got a release at the bottom, and you release it, and that opens it up. When you finish with it, close it down and slide it in, and it locks it in place. And then that means you can either stand it on its end or stand it flat. And because the image is here on the end, I have mine stacked in a drawer, so I can just grab the punch that I want. Okay, so I'm just deciding which way round to do this. Let me just cut this cardstock down first. So we decided that these were 5 by 3 1/4. Oh, Chris got this stamp set free with a registration at a Stampin' Up event, which is awesome. So she's ordered the punch to go with it. And saying it's a super stamp set. It is. It is awesome. So 3 1/2. Ooh, 5 1/4. Okay. Right. So let's get this little element out. So these elements, and it's even got the little lip here at the top, which is super cool. These elements have got sticky both sides. So there's sticky on the top and sticky on the bottom. So just kind of be aware of that when you're going to put it in. I am going to get my mat. And I'm going to stamp my flowers first. Just going to position that on there so I know ish where I want the things to go. But I'm going to stamp my flowers first. And the reason for that is I want to make sure that I can get everything on. Now, obviously, I'm just, for speed, I'm just doing this in this single colour. So I'm going to move that out of the way and pop that down. I then know that when I put my punch in, if I go, can you just see the very tops of the flowers there? If I go just to there, it's going to be in the right place. And I'm just evening out the cardstock to the right and to the left. And then I am going to punch. So then I'm going to do the second stamp. There we go. Every time I see that. And that is such, if you look at that image, just ignore the bottles for a minute. That is such a beautiful flower image. You could put one down here at the bottom and put a banner across. It would look great in a corner of a card. So cool. Okay. So this piece is going to fit on there with your mat and layer. And because I've got coloured cardstock behind, the bottle will look like it's that colour. Can you see? So obviously what you can do is you can stamp the bottle underneath it if you wanted to. So if I just slide that underneath. So you could do that. So you've actually, let me move that out of the way. Hang on, let me just cover that over. So you can actually have the coloured bottle, but I think it looks lovely just as the colour of the cardstock underneath. Okay, so in order to get this secured, you want to take the top layer off. Now on these there is usually a split, but there doesn't seem to be. So just use your nail and just peel off the adhesive backing. And then just pop it underneath and just wiggle it until it's nice and central, and then give it a good squish. Okay. It's just so lovely. Okay. So what we're going to do now is use the tape runner. You can use wet glue if you want to, but this is a big but. What you absolutely don't want to happen is you don't want this to all sort of the glue and stuff to run everywhere. Now this is actually quite low down. So I am just going to run the glue along the edge. But the base of this piece will, what am I trying to say, will adhere it to this. Now, this is the slightly tricky part, because we're going to put balls into here and then that's going to go on there. So, oh, look. Didn't I tell you that they were amazing? Okay, so if, like me, you've already taken that adhesive backing on, they might stick to there, but it'll be fine. So you want to put a good amount in, but not so much that it doesn't actually shake. Because what is the point of a shaker card that doesn't shake? Okay, so like I say, this is the slightly tricky part, because what we want to do is make sure that this is an even border all the way around. And the easiest way of doing that is to line that up so you know. So what I'm doing, can you see the grid here? Let me see. Can you see the grid? So I've lined that top left-hand corner along a line, and a line going across and down. So I know that if I put that rich raspberry layer in that space, it's in the right place. Okay, so I'm just going to pin this down and kind of shimmy this out from underneath. So I'm now going to line up that rich raspberry without trying to stick it to my fingers. So I know that if I line that up there, it will work. Now there is a potential that it's going to be wonky. Okay, so here is your second option. It's kind of a cheat, but it'll be fine. Let me just, I know I'm tearing this off, but it'll be fine. Okay, so here's the cheat. You get a piece of scrap rich raspberry, or whatever colour your card is, and then you pop that down over the top. You're going to have to put more glue on it. Put a little bit around that edge. And then you get your other piece, which is too big, but that's fine. Your other piece and pop that down. Just like that. And nobody will ever know that you've got an extra piece of rich raspberry there. And look now at what happens to those bubbles. Their colour changes because of the cardstock behind it. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. And I really think this sweet sorbet ribbon will look really cool on there. So you just make a little bow like so. Okay, so you can do it either way. Obviously, the second way is much less fiddly. The reason I always show you both ways is because sometimes you might have a printed thing underneath it and you might need to have to keep it like that. Your other option, so there's like a third option, is to use a piece of acetate underneath. So in the same way that I put the cardstock underneath, you could put a piece of acetate underneath, and again, that would then pin it down. So there we go. Let me just pop that on there like that. Let's just minimize that bow a little bit. These bubbles though, seriously, are incredible. So let me just bring the card blank in so you can see. So this is a slightly different kind of layout because it's just got a bit of a thicker thing, but look. Now, you know, the world is your oyster with these little bottles. You could do like a message in a bottle. You could put money in there. Obviously, the person would have to destroy the card in order to get hold of it. But that is just really cool. And, you know, if I show you those, where are the bubbles? Show you the bubbles. Look, you can see they look completely different here. They're like a rainbow. And then iridescent there. So I'll bring in the other samples, try and tidy up a little bit, have a slurp of my tea, and then just check and see if there are any questions or anything. Let me just move the ink pads out of the way because you know what's going to happen. I'm going to stick my finger in there. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, so we've got that card. We've got the original, which actually I will stick on a card. I'm going to put some linen thread and a sentiment on that one. And then obviously we've got this one as well, which is the multicolored version. So, you know, let me just unpeel that because this is all going to fly off. Let me just pin that down a little bit. So it's very, very versatile. Like I said, and all I've done is just use the bottles and the flowers. But the stamp set is way more than that. So you've actually got a label here. So you can put your label on your bottle, and you've got a cork. You've got a different size bottle here, and then you've got some foliage as well. But just think about all the different elements and things that you've got that you could put into the bottle, and different leaves and things that you will have. And let's not forget these effervescent elements. I think everybody needs lots. And apparently there are 2,300 of these in a pot. Oh, actually. Ooh! Don't want to lose a single one. They are so awesome. Right, let me get a slurp of my tea and let's see if we've got any comments. Well, I know we've got comments because I've seen them scrolling, but I need to read them. Okay. Get my mouse out as well. Oh. Karen said, why not put a small piece of rich raspberry behind the bottle? Exactly, Karen. Great minds think alike. Deborah said she liked it when it was wonky. And the bubbles are amazing. Yeah. Yes. Lots of love for all of the different cards and the bubbles. Fantastic. Okay. Right. So there is just one more thing to say. I did send out an email a few days ago, and it explained about the different prices for craft along and the order levels, but also a new thing that I'm doing on Zoom once a month. And the first one is actually this week on Thursday afternoon at 2:00. You'll find all the details on my Bookwhen site, which is my classes booking site. It's going to be an hour. We're going to have a little chat, catch up, and talk about whatever crafting we're up to. So remember to bring some crafting with you, either to do or to chat with others about what you're doing. And it can be any kind of crafting. And if you've got any Stampin' Up questions or techniques or products that you're not quite sure how to use, that sort of thing, then you can ask questions and I will do my best to help. So I hope to see some of you on Thursday. If not, I will be back at my previously advertised time of 2:00 next Tuesday. And enjoy your catalogue launch day and getting all your new products. And I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.